It's good, man. We doing something positive here. This show is a flower growing in a field of damn cow manure. It's a lot of shit out there that follows the drama, follows the negativity, just to get the views, just to get to likes.
Exactly.
This right here is not that. This is two strong black brothers, fathers, sons, nephews, partners. We trying to put positivity out there to help people and not follow the drama that's out there just to get likes, just to get views. We're trying to help people, man. That's where we at with this.
That's the goal for this channel. That's the message of the day. And if that's not an introduction, I don't know what is. Welcome, Jason, to the show, everybody.
Yeah.
Round of applause. Thank you. We're gonna welcome you to the show too. How you doing? How you doing?
I smoke a fatty when I'm heavily stressing. I don't know, you hear a song, I hear a therapy session. I be talking about my life and what I'm going through. And to be honest, I don't know who I'm promoting to.
Reporting live from the Theromeshow, where we just share our experiences, hoping that it can help someone out there. Somebody going through something that we talking about that can help you. I don't feel like I said that right, but we're gonna do that right. Reporting to you live from the Theromeshow, where we just talk about our regular life experiences with hopes that it can help you or someone out there listening. I'd like to welcome a very special guest to the building. My boy Jason is here. You already know.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
I'm gonna say, thank you for everybody who came. You know what I'm saying?
You already know
House
it.
full of family, close friends, you know what I'm saying?
You already
right
know.
there. You know what I'm saying? I love all y'all. I'm glad y'all came. It's my 40th birthday.
Ooh, yo!
Yeah, I like what you're doing with this YouTube page and this podcast thing. It's something positive. You know, we have a lot of negativity in the world now. The world is,
Yo,
whew,
I was just saying that.
you know, to have something positive, especially for young black brothers, is great. You know, hopefully we got some people who's looking for answers tuning in. And
Sure.
hopefully everything that we talk about, some part of it will touch somebody's life, will help somebody.
That's the goal.
That's the goal. Yeah.
I literally said that too when I started the channel. I said, it's too many people already talking about the negatives and the murderers and all the craziness going on.
Yeah.
But we don't have too many people that's trying to promote positivity. So I want to start something new. But would you like to start off just telling the people about yourself? Who are you? Where you from? You know, shit like that.
My name's Jason. I'm from Columbia, South Carolina. Grew up on Broad River. When I think about my childhood and things that I experienced growing up, I think it was the typical all-American childhood. I can't think of anything that happened in my childhood to make me feel like my childhood was, I didn't have a bad childhood. I grew up without my father in the home. I was never angry about that. You know, I was never angry about not having my father.
How did you feel like it affected you?
Well, you can't miss what you ain't had. You know, so
That is true.
not having a father in the home and always just my mom, that was what I was used to. You know, I can understand a child who their parents get a divorce and that can affect the kid. They start acting out in school and stuff like that. But my father wasn't with my mother, you know, when I got here. So
Do you know who he is?
I know who he is. I have a healthy relationship with him. I have other siblings that he produced with his wife.
Wow.
You know, so I have brothers and sisters that I'm close with today, and I do conversate with him. You know, I go and see him because you only get one father. You only get one mother. And regardless of how you feel about that relationship, someone has to say, I'm going to extend the olive branch. So I was the one who was like, you know what? I'm going to put that olive branch out and not hold any kind of hard feelings in my heart, because it's not only my father that's going to affect.
That's
You know, I got 4 sisters and a brother on my father's side. And if I cut my father out, then I'm cutting them out too. We didn't have any choice that we're gonna be brothers and sisters.
Yeah, they don't
so
deserve that.
They don't deserve that, cutting them out of my life because I'm feeling some type of way towards him. Because when I look back on it, I had a good childhood. You know, my mom did the best she could with 3 boys.
That's
You know what I'm saying?
That's
And
real.
I didn't miss him, so why am I angry that he wasn't there? You don't want to be an angry young black man. You're going to make bad decisions. You're going to make decisions off of that emotion.
You are preaching.
And when you make decisions off that emotion it gets you into situations. You can get into trouble easy. It's hard to get out.
Oh my goodness.
And I know people hear that all the time, but if you're a young adult and you've had some trials in your life, you know what I'm talking about. You can get into trouble easy. It's very difficult to get out sometimes.
At what point did you figure out who you were and were confident in that?
Well, I'm gonna say this, I'm always working on me. Yeah, I'm always trying to evolve. You can learn something every day. I'm not perfect, I still make mistakes, and I still have to learn from them if I don't want to repeat them. I think I got a lot of clarity in my life after I had my first child.
Give me some of that right
After I had my daughter, my first daughter, I got a lot of clarity in my life. I was like, man, you out here crash dummying it up. And this baby needs you to be in her life, you don't want to go down that same path that your father did with you.
That's right.
You want to be a part of your child's life, but you can't be an active part of your child's life if you out here nutting up in the street. You either gonna end up dead or in jail. And if you don't end up dead or in jail, if you're not a positive influence for the child, the mother's not gonna want you around. So you could be free and then the mother be like, I don't want you around because you're not helping present something positive for my child to look up to.
Yes.
Now, a responsible mother's gonna be like that. So I got a lot of clarity after my daughter was born. I said, I gotta get me a good job. I need something with benefits. I gotta provide for this kid. So that slowed me down a lot. I was already in the process of slowing myself down because I had legal troubles, getting in trouble, getting arrested. So that will slow, if you're smart, it'll slow you down. You know, if you're an idiot, you just keep getting in trouble until you get time that you can't goddamn get out of. And before you know it, you just locked up for a while. So once my daughter was born, I said, let me get a good job. I need to have a stable vehicle. I need a stable place to stay. You know, I gotta work on getting out of my mom's crib because I can't constantly bring my baby over to my mama's house every weekend. You know, I need to be in the house with her every day. That's when I began to focus on trying to be a better man, be a better human being for my child, for my first child.
Now, what would you say would be the difference from your first child now to your second child going through fatherhood again?
Experience.
You
got the experience. From my first child, what to do and what not to do. I learned a lot of patience. You have to have a lot of patience with children.
Yes, children teach you patience.
It takes a child time to learn. They're not gonna learn it the first time you say it. They're probably not gonna listen the first time you say it. You're gonna say it over and over again. The key is to not get frustrated with it, because it can be frustrating. You can tell a child, look, do this, do that, do this, do that. They don't listen, you get frustrated, and now you're reacting out of that emotion.
Yep.
And that can have a negative effect on the child.
Child trauma.
So, you know, it was easy parenting my oldest daughter. And like I said, right now she's in college and she's pursuing her dreams.
Do you have any advice for young black men growing up and coming up now?
My advice for the young brothers out there, one, have a plan. Like Rome said in the previous video, write it down. Get it down on paper and constantly check where you are and how much progress you've made with that plan, if that plan needs adjusting. Because as you live life throws changes and obstacles at you and you have to adjust. You could come up with a plan, but one thing I've learned with coming up with plans, if your plan involves other people, then you have to allow for adjustment in that plan, because everybody's vision isn't the same as yours.
For sure.
You know, you gotta know when to cut people off and you gotta know when to attach yourself to good people. Always try to be, everybody say 2 steps, I'm gonna say 3 to 4 steps ahead. Play things out in your mind. Know the people you're dealing with. Say, okay, if I do this, what do I know this person's gonna do from my experience with this person, or how this may play out? When you do that, you're less likely to make mistakes, but don't be afraid of making mistakes. Sometimes you're gonna make mistakes. It may be a lesson you need to learn from it. So don't be afraid to make mistakes and try, but know what you really want. That can be a challenge because you may want something now, and then in a year you feel differently. You're not the same person. We're constantly growing, we're constantly evolving. So you have to always constantly be reevaluating yourself. Know what you want, formulate a plan, put that plan into motion, and allow for adjustment in that plan, especially when that plan involves other people. And if you kind of keep that format, it should get you pretty far in life. You should be able to navigate anything that comes at you if you're flexible.
It's certain things that I've learned from you just by being around you and observing the way you move and the way you carry yourself.
You gotta have another road another little side road or something that you can go down so that you can get to your end goal.
Instead of like trying to remember what you said,
Yeah,
I could be able to go back and say, "Oh, well, Jason broke it down for me." You know,
his energy was right. I felt like it was something about him that made me want to be friends with him.
I smoke a fatty when I'm heavily stressing. I don't know, you hear a song, I hear a therapy session. I be talking about my life and what I'm going through. And to be honest, I don't know who I'm promoting to. See, I just know that all my music bring me close to you.